Hello, and welcome to this video of visualization of inferred version schemas for NoSQL databases. The first thing we need are the following Eclipse projects: the NoSQL schema, edit and editor projects, as well as the Sirius design project. All of them may be found on the GitHub repository. So once we have all the projects in our Eclipse application, we may look for the meta models stored in the meta model folder, NoSQL schema and extended NoSQL schema, and also for some file examples such as art, books, example. In this video we will take books as a starting point with several entities such as publisher, journal, book, versions of each entity, and attributes for each version. Now, going to the code folder, we have a main class which performs a transformation between the NoSQL schema and the extended NoSQL schema models and generates some models from our starting models here in the schemas folder, which will be the models that we will visualize later on. Now each extended NoSQL schema is compounded by the same information as the initial model, but also several schema versions, composed by a root, some entities, and some entity versions. Now it's time to start with working with the Sirius project, to which we have a ODesign file with several visualization viewpoints, such as a tree, several diagrams, so now we copy the generated models to a new Eclipse application instance, to which we will apply the Sirius viewpoints. Viewpoint selection. Oops. Okay, now NoSQL schema viewpoint, and now we can start visualizing the schema versions. First of all, the first viewpoint we will analyze is going to be the tree one. This viewpoint is divided into 3 branches, being the first one of them the schemas branch, which shows all the entities found which have some schema versions. These schema versions are identified by the root. Here we may see a root author 2, but also book 1 and book 2. Now the next branch shows a list of versions and the schema versions in which they are involved. For example, journal 1 is involved in 4 schema versions, and book 1 is involved in 1 of them. Also, this schema version has book 1 as a root. Now the last branch lists all the entities, versions, and properties, each property being shown with its name and its type. Here we may see book, several properties, references, aggregates, primitive types. And now we can navigate to another diagram, to the overview diagram, to show all these entities and versions in a more accurate way. Here we might have a diagram which shows all the information stored on that last branch, but that information now is being shown as a diagram, with several boxes being connected between them. Now we may zoom in, zoom out, and also resize all the elements. Now, if we want to analyze a particular schema version, we may do so by selecting that schema version click New Representation as a new NoSQL schema diagram. There are two proposals for this kind of viewpoint. The first one shows the information in a very similar way to the last overview diagram, just to not confuse the user, with again several boxes with arrows between them, connections between them, and attributes being listed below. Now in this particular case, for example, we may see book 2 is the root of this schema version, journal and publisher are involved, and also several versions. Now we can show the second view for this information, for this schema version, which represents exactly the same information as before, but just in a different way. For example, having book 2 as a big box containing publisher and author 1, which are elements directly related to book 2, and having journal and company 1 outside the box, because book 2 is indirectly related to these entities and versions. Now for the last diagram, we may show for a single entity, for example book, which versions and which entities are related to it, or to some version of it. So now we display book and its two versions, book 1 and book 2, publisher because it's related to book 1, content 1 and author 1 because they are related to book 1 and book 2. And that's it. Thank you for watching.